Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Welcome to the Chainmovers podcast. As usual, I'll be your host, Chad, and with me is my lovely co-host, Lacey. How was your day today, Lace?
Good. Good, I guess.
Yeah, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting day. Dark day in Canadian history. It will forever go down as one of the darkest days. Well, definitely the darkest that I've lived through.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. By far.
All on account of one arrogant prick's ego.
I honestly believe that that's what it is. And I said to you earlier, it's just, to me, he's just an asshole. Like, I don't know how else. I don't see how this is right in his mind.
That or mentally unhinged.
Yes.
I don't know what the answer is, but
yeah,
we'll get into that after our side stories. Yeah, we'll get into some videos, photos. They're graphic, so if you do have someone with a queasy stomach or a younger viewer that you maybe don't want to see some of those videos, we'll give you a warning again before we play them. So, but first up, Lace, let's get into our side stories. Aaron Donald, there was grumblings he was going to retire.
Oh.
After winning that Super Bowl.
Okay.
Now today he comes out and says he will come back as long as Odell Beckham and Von Miller come back next season. So,
He's an Odell fan?
I guess.
Well, he didn't seem to start any shit there, so.
No, he kept his nose clean
Yeah.
as far as I can tell. I don't like tying your fortune to someone else like that, though. Like, Von Miller's getting to the point where he has 2 rings now, right?
Does he?
Yeah, he won one with Peyton
Oh, yeah, right.
in Denver. And
yeah.
then he won this one, right?
Right.
He gets hurt a lot.
Well, he's getting older too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Von Miller's been around a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to put that kind of pressure on the guy, even OBJ at this point,
Yeah.
he got his ring. He might want to walk away too.
Right.
2 torn ACLs later.
I was going to say, not only that, but, pretty major injury now,
yeah,
right?
Aaron Donald's a lot younger than both those guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, I get you like playing with certain guys, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I like tying
No.
the team's fortune to what these other 2 guys are going to do.
And if you're the other guys, you know,
it's like, fuck you, dude.
What the hell?
Yeah, like I was going to ride off into the sunset here.
Yeah.
And now, if you don't come back because of me, I look like the douche.
No, but even the guys on the team yet, they're like, hey, like, what are we?
Yeah.
Like, you don't give a shit that, you're going to play
True.
with us?
Like, what about Stafford?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Cooper Kupp, I don't know, he was pretty good
Yeah,
today.
Cooper
this
Kupp
year.
was all right this year. He had a pretty good season. But, yeah, so we'll see what shakes out there. Who knows if
Well, that's interesting.
any of those guys will be back. Maybe none of them come
Yeah,
back.
maybe.
Who knows? But the Rams will still be a decent team without them. But
Without all 3 of them.
yeah. Yeah, because they'll have Robert Woods back. Mm-hmm. He's a more than capable WR too,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
He's probably every bit as good as OBJ at this point.
Yeah.
And Von Miller, yeah, he's a hard guy to replace, but
Especially
and obviously
if you lose
Aaron
both those
Donald
guys.
would be a hard guy
Yeah.
to replace, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Next up, Lace. So let's flip over to
Oh, Lord.
the Olympics. So it comes out today, the court now is blaming the anti-doping officials for letting the 15-year-old figure skater, her name is Kamila Valieva, to continue at the Olympics. They're blaming it on the fact that the anti-doping agency took too long to get the results back and the court had to make a decision on it. So now it's just pass the buck because there were suspicions about it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So there was an appeal to actually let her go. I don't know who filed that appeal
Oh, okay.
for her to compete.
Until they get their shit together.
Until they get the results back.
Yeah.
Right? And apparently the anti-doping lab in Sweden couldn't be bothered to get off their ass and get the results done in time. So
did I see that she fell a bunch? And
yeah, she ended up finishing 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk about some pressure on the kid. Holy lightning. Could you imagine being 15?
No.
Having to deal with that?
No. But I can't imagine being 15 and a doped athlete already either. No. You know?
Her lawyers come out and said now.
Oh. This should be interesting.
That it could have been that she drank from the same cup as her grandfather.
Oh, what?
Or used a plate.
Really?
Come on.
You get that much in your system from sharing a glass?
Jesus Christ, what's in my system?
Yeah.
Like you eat at a restaurant and somebody's a Coke addict. Now do I have Coke in my system? Like, come on. Let's get real here. Yeah. Unbelievable. Boy. So.
Wow.
That whole Gong show, it's just point the finger.
Right.
You did it. No, you did it. No, you did it. Right? But whatever. Big news out of the NBA, Lace. No. Pelicans may not extend Zion this year.
Really?
Going into the future, yeah. Now, well, they said 6 weeks ago that they'd have an update on Zion's status in 1 or 2 weeks. And everything's been very hush-hush about his recovery and his training and rehab and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're saying a second surgery might be needed on his foot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's suited up 85 times since he's been drafted. And he has 115 did not plays. So
oof.
not a good start to his career.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he is like one of the most explosive athletes.
Right.
Like the size of that man and how he can move.
Yeah.
Is just it's insanity.
Wow. Crazy.
Like he's crazy good.
Yeah.
But he has to get a little lighter.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's how his foot broke
right.
or what, but
I could understand it though.
Yes. 280, 290 pounds coming down from dude's got to have a 45-inch vert.
Right.
You know, onto hardwood. Yeah, you do that. I don't know, 50 times a day. That's going to take its toll on your knees and your ankles.
Yeah, I was going to say, even the stopping and starting a body like that, you know, like, accelerating would be hard.
Yeah, his acceleration would be a little different than yours and mine.
Right.
You know, yeah, he's pretty explosive. So, I don't know what'll happen there. That's super disappointing for the Pelicans.
It is.
I mean, a team that's... Well, when they made the deal for McCollum, you know, it's almost like, are they moving on from Zion already? Right? Because CJ's a big name.
I get why, though, at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if he's never going to see the floor, what good is he, right? To an NBA team. As crude as that may sound, if he can't perform, then... But, you know, he was the first-round pick that they got for shipping AD out the door.
Right.
Right? So,
yeah.
One of the first-round picks. But, yeah, and speaking of picks, we're going to get into picks in depth. Remember I told you we're going to talk about protected picks and how the NBA pick system works?
Right.
That's going to come up after the commercial. I got a whole segment. We're ready to go on it.
Okay.
We're not going to do standings tonight.
Okay.
Don't have to. It's been 2 days since we did them.
Right.
So
we don't need to do it every day.
NBA's into the All-Star weekend this weekend. So there's not even any games going on. So, yeah. So we don't have to do that. NCAA basketball, Oral Roberts and North Dakota State coaches start a brawl during the handshake.
Oh, boy.
Oral Roberts was down 16 with a minute to go. They're fouling. Obviously to try and get possession back, and then they were down 8 with 20 seconds left and fouling still, and it's like, if you're down 8, it's possible to come back, but super unlikely, right?
Yeah.
North Dakota took exception to that, and when the coaches got to each other in the handshake line, a good old scuffle broke out.
Really?
Yeah. So nobody's immune to the brawl.
I guess not.
I'll tell you that much. So. And last but not least, Lace, Ottawa Senators GM Pierre Dorian says he hopes that this is their last trade deadline as a seller, he expects the team to be fully competitive next year.
Oh. Really? Wow! I hope he's selling and buying and trading a lot.
Well, Pierre, judging by this season, and it's not impossible to turn a team around in one season. We've seen a team go from 0 to hero, right? It does happen. No. Well, if you're selling again.
Right.
Okay, so now you're going to have X amount of draft picks going into next year, which, I mean, the amount of guys that come out in their first year and make an immediate impact on a team are very small. Yeah. And I don't care what league it is. Yeah. You have your exceptional players, the Connor McDavids, that type of thing, the Trey Youngs, even Cade Cunningham in Detroit has made a big difference on that roster. As bad as they are, but he's playing extremely well. Right. Right? So, yeah, Pierre, you're a couple years out. Trust me. This is coming from a Canucks fan. You're 3 to 4 years out. Yeah. Yeah, you can take that to the bank. Take that right to Cha-ching. The bank, Lacey. We haven't used cha-ching in a while.
No.
Where is it?
I thought I just seen it. Like a little.
Hopefully they don't make me look as bad as the Raptors.
Yeah.
They're making me look with their 32 wins at the All-Star break. They said there's no way they'll finish over their over-under. I think it was 38 or 39 at the beginning of the season. I was like, well, pending. Literally, though, that team, they'll be one and done. And the reason, they'll make the playoffs, like the play-in playoffs, whatever, wherever they finish. Yeah. They are going to go to the postseason. But the lack of depth is going to kill them. Yeah. You can't run those guys, 41 minutes a night. Yeah. You start getting into overtime games and shit like that. Travel. Yeah. No. I mean, you just can't do it. The guys just break down after a while, right? And I don't care how much money you pay someone. They're still a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And they need rest. Yeah. And, it's just the way it is.
They can't run like that.
No, they can't. They can for a while. But this All-Star break came at a good time for them. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think things are very rosy. I don't think they're as rosy as Pierre Dorian's making them honestly, but it's time for our Freedom Convoy update. As we talked about at the top of the show, lots of developments today. All sorts of police presence in downtown Ottawa. A lot of the trucks are gone now. They've left or been chased out or whatever. Chased out at gunpoint. However, they've been gone.
Well, and then there was some, I don't think we talked about that, did we? Some of them that had to leave. So they had a company truck there, or they were leased on with a company, or...
He was fired. I read that story about Load Safe is what they were called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he pulled for them.
Okay.
And then he was fired, but he still went and had a trailer with Load Safe on it. Okay. And so the powers that be said, we're going to pull all of Load Safe's.
Like the fleet insurance.
Yeah. If you don't leave.
Which, then he said, there's 50 to 70 guys out of a job if I stay here.
He said, I can't go to sleep at night knowing 50 guys are out of a job.
Because of him.
Yeah.
So that was, and I think there was 2 guys for sure with the fleet insurance bit.
Yeah.
Which is that's
fucking
ridiculous. Welcome, I don't know what else to say about
welcome to Venezuela. Welcome to China. Welcome to
that they can do
whatever
shit like this.
Tyrannical government you want to compare it to. It's getting to that point, right? So, yeah, we'll kind of get into some videos here and talk about a little more. Like I said at the top of the show, some of these are pretty graphic. If you have a weaker stomach, younger viewers, whatever the case may be, you might not want to show them these, but we'll start out with this picture. So this was a big bone of contention today. As you can see, there is mounted police units charging through a crowd of people. If you look in the more center, lower right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a red and black coat. That was an elderly Indigenous woman. She was trampled, and then you'll see the guy in the brown coat. There's reports out there that, well, first the reports come out that she passed away in the hospital. Now there's reports that she did not. So I don't know what's happening there. The Ottawa police social media account should be absolutely fucking ashamed of themselves. Lying, just flat out lying on Twitter, saying a bike was thrown at the police officers on horseback. If you look at that red and black coat, you will see a set of wheels there, but that's her walker. That is the elderly Indigenous woman's walker. The Ottawa police saying that protesters are trying to assault police officers. I spent the majority of my day watching live streams courtesy of Lincoln J with Rebel News. And he didn't do much talking. It was him. My hat goes off to the kid. He was sprinting all over downtown Ottawa to try and get different angles and all this stuff, right? And the only violence that was incited was incited by whoever these cops are. Now, and I say whoever these cops are because during one of those live streams, I was watching, and I have no expertise, background in law enforcement, military, anything like that, okay? I'm also not an idiot. So, I don't believe you'll see these cops. They're dressed in full green, riot shields.
But like no markings.
No names, no badge numbers, no nothing. I don't believe they're, and some people are saying they're Quebec provincial police.
Okay.
If they are Quebec provincial police, then they haven't been trained a day in their life. Because the one video I've seen, and I wish I would have had it, I couldn't find it again. It was on a live stream, so it's not like you're just pulling clips, right? It was on a live stream, and there was one guy in camo, dressed in full camo, and he was literally grabbing these guys and telling them where to stand. And some of these guys look like kids.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
And just shell-shocked at everything that's going on, right? Which, understandably so. First off, you got to wonder what you're doing there. Yeah. Because there's no violence, there's no burning buildings, there's no nothing, right? And secondly, it's like, you would know the formations, right? Like, I mean, cops, riot police, military, they all train.
Yeah. Like, and I would fucking hope so. In case we ever needed them.
But these guys aren't like that. They seem oblivious almost to what's going on. And I don't know if it's their mentality.
I don't know.
Or if they brought in UN police that don't speak English.
I don't know either.
But you don't hear them say a word.
Nope.
Right? And it's almost like they're not registering what's happening.
And they don't, and I don't know.
It's
maybe
very
this
bizarre.
Is weird.
It's very
bizarre.
bizarre.
Don't they seem very small? All of them?
Some of them do.
Oh, okay. I just, to me, like, seeing, because they were in amongst, like, Ottawa police then, too, and I'm like, these look like, big men. And then all the guys in green, they look so little. But.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get to, we'll show the video here of the actual lady speaking ahead of time. You can see what a threat she was to everyone. Again, this one's pretty hard to watch. But here we go.
Here comes the horses. Oh my goodness! Look what you did! Look what you did to her! Look what you did to her! Look what you did to her! You trampled on a lady who is inaccessible! Shame on you!
Yeah, so that's what led up to that. Her standing there saying, "We're peaceful protesters. What are you doing?"
The guy in the brown coat. So I did watch a video from another angle, I guess. I don't know how they think they're going to get away with shit like this. The amount of videos and and I've made sure, because there is the worry of the videos being taken down. So I have made sure on ones like this that I feel like could go missing that I have screen recorded.
You got to keep receipts and shit like this, but with no names, no badge numbers. It could have been anyone on that horse.
Yeah.
Right.
So the man in the brown coat, it to me looked like he was trying to protect her. He kind of stood in front, and the second horse that you can kind of see, that horse actually come in behind her, so into the line. So both of them ended up between two horses, I guess.
I follow a lot of interesting people on Twitter and people that have been in riots and situations like this. And one guy came on there and said, I've been in protests, riots all over the world. He said in the US, all this stuff. He said, I have never, in my 20 years that I've been doing this, seen horses ride into a crowd that hard anywhere in the world. Mm-mm. So this has reached an entire new level. It's unbelievable what is happening here. Let's go over to this one. I'll play it and then we'll go through it.
With their trucks, if that is indeed their livelihood. I think we're seeing another arrest there.
Yeah, I was just going to interject there and just say, yes, I want to bring to our viewers' attention that we're watching live images right now of what is happening in Ottawa, and it appears that there is another arrest. As Rosemary also mentioned, we're watching officers, law enforcement, start moving in.
So that's the government's media, CBC, but from that clip you could see how they drug him out of the sight of everyone, and the force that was used on a guy carrying a sign or a flag. It's unbelievable. It sure gives you a different appreciation though for the Indigenous protesters that for centuries have been fighting to get land back, fighting to get clean water, fighting to it gives you a whole new perspective on that. And the Indigenous community was with the Freedom Convoy when they went there. They were performing rituals and praying for their safety and all sorts of things. Right?
And still a lot of them that were there. I seen drummers tonight again.
Yeah. It's if you ever believe this was about a virus, well, off the start, yeah, it'd be easy to get sucked into that propaganda.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
From what I've just shown you, if you still believe that, there's a problem. That's not what this is about. It is a literal war between government and citizens, is what it's turning into. And for every MP out there sitting on your thumbs, your silence is deafening today.
It really is. I thought the same thing, and I'm not much of...
For you to sit back and watch what's going on and to literally offer zero opinion because, well, somebody might take it this way or somebody might take it that way. This isn't a fucking political game anymore. I don't give a shit your political affiliation. This is a difference between right and wrong at this point now. It's a difference between civilized and uncivilized. The difference... Yeah, I mean, when a government sends police, and who knows, some of those guys could be military. We don't know.
We don't know that.
Right? We don't know. Ottawa police won't give a number of the amount of cops on the ground, but it had to have been.
It was a lot.
Because it started about 11 a.m. Eastern time this morning. It had to have been 10 to 1 today.
I would think so.
Point. Yeah, it is unbelievable. This one might give us a little trouble here, Lace, but I'm going to try it. This one, maybe not as graphic because, well, the police try and shield it from what's going on. But this one's burned into my mind.
Yeah, mine too.
Forever. And it's mainly due, well, I'll play it and then we can go through it. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know why it freezes like that. Just hang on here. Bear with me, I'm doing some quick work here.
Hey, you don't have to hit him like that! Please.
Yeah, so in that one, you can see the protester being beat with a rifle. If you look sort of into the background. Everyone calling for no violence, right? That's been the name of the game for the convoy since they rolled out. But that one will stick in my mind, I'm sure, until the day I die. And it's because of the music. Mm-hmm. How far the country's fallen in 2 years. You have veterans crying in the street. It's unbelievable. To those just listening to the audio, my apologies. I have a lot of video tonight. If you want to see those videos, obviously go to our YouTube channel. Some of you might not want to see them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one to watch.
But you can't put your head in the sand forever on what's happening.
No, that's right. As hard as it is to watch them, I think
you have to.
I think every Canadian has to. Like, this is not our Canada. It's just not.
It is not.
It's scary and
yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go over those NBA trade rules like we talked about, do an NBA stat update where our leaders are at. And yeah, we'll be back. Do you love sports? Sick of all the same mainstream sports shows? Then join us on the Chainmovers podcast. We will give you real takes without all the mainstream BS. Catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube Live or wherever you get your podcast content. Again, that's the Chainmovers podcast. Join us. We're back. We are back. After a heavy first half. Yeah. NBA trade rules and stats seem pretty insignificant at this point. But I'm going to go through them anyway. So Wednesday's show, Lace, we talked about NBA kind of rules and trades and draft picks and how it's different from NHL, right. NFL. We have protected picks. We have the 7-year rule. We have the Stepien rule. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Right.
Now, some people might be familiar with all these rules. Some might not. And I'm going to venture to say a lot of us are not.
I had no idea. I actually asked you.
Well, and I had a couple emails saying, hey, what does all this mean?
Oh, okay.
Can you explain it? So here I am.
All right.
And I'm going to explain it to all of you fine folks out there. So first up, Lace, we have the 7-year rule. You might wonder what the 7-year rule is.
I am wondering.
You cannot trade your draft pick 7 years out.
Okay.
We're in 2022. You cannot trade your 2029
okay.
pick.
Okay.
Simple as that.
God, do people do that in other sports?
A lot of 27 picks going in the NBA. 2027s.
Wow.
Yeah. So the 7-year rule. That's rule number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Rule number 2, the Stepien rule. So this was named after a manager for the Cleveland Cavaliers in the early 80s.
Okay.
And the rule is very simple. You can't trade away draft picks in consecutive years. So I couldn't trade you my first in 23 and 24.
Oh, okay.
It'd have to be in 23 and 25.
Oh, okay.
Because this guy was trading away draft picks so much and the team was so bad that they had no pipeline of talent coming in.
Oh.
Right?
Right.
So it can swamp an organization.
Right.
If you're that bad for that long, nobody's
Yeah.
going to come to the games. Nobody's going to watch them on TV.
No one's going to want to coach.
Right? So they named a rule after this dumbass that tried to trade away their draft picks all the time. So, are you seeing if we got any questions?
Yeah. No.
None yet. Perfect. Protected picks. Okay. This is where
This is the one I
we
asked
had
you
some
about.
questions, right? So, protected picks. Okay, I'm going to walk through a scenario with you, and
Okay.
it always makes it easier. Okay, so I'm going to use the Knicks and the Celtics.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say the Knicks trade Celtics their 2022 top 10 protected pick.
Okay.
Okay, so if their pick's in the top 10, they actually get to keep that pick.
Okay.
The Knicks would end up keeping the pick if it was in the top 10.
Oh, okay.
So a protected pick isn't worth as much as an unprotected pick,
Okay.
which seems kind of backwards.
Yeah, it does.
But if that pick was outside of the top 10,
Yeah.
then the Celtics would get it.
Okay.
So obviously, the NBA is exactly like the NHL with a draft lottery.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that top 10 determination determines where you finish
Right.
on the year.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a protected pick.
Okay.
Okay? Does that make sense?
I think so.
You don't sound very confident.
I'm not.
Okay. So if the Knicks...
Can we just use me and you?
Sure.
You are a team and I'm a team.
Okay, I'm
Just Chad.
Chad.
Yeah.
I give you my 2023... I'll trade you my 2023 first round top 10 protected. It could be top 3. It could be top 5.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
get creative, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to use top 10.
Okay.
Okay? We go through this season.
Yeah.
I finished 28th.
Yeah.
Which means I'm going to pick 4th
Okay.
in the draft.
Yeah.
I get to keep my pick.
Oh, okay.
But if I finish 15th, which means I'm going to pick 17th in the draft,
Yeah, yeah.
then you get my pick.
Oh,
Interesting.
that is interesting.
Imagine trying to be an NBA exec.
No.
These guys are smart, right? Because you can get creative, and I'm not even done yet. So let's go
Oh, wow.
to pick swaps.
Okay.
So now you can trade somebody a pick swap, and that's as simple as it sounds.
Okay.
So if next year you think they're going to be really bad and you're going to be really good,
Yeah.
you would try and maybe trade them a pick swap because they're probably going to pick early,
Oh, I see.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they would get your pick, you would get their pick,
Right.
right?
All right.
So it gets very convoluted in the NBA in terms of picks and...
What's that movie I like? Were you going to say Moneyball?
Yeah.
Me too.
Draft day.
Draft Day.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That seemed confusing. Can you imagine if they tried to do one with the NBA?
No.
I would never be able to follow the movie.
Kevin Costner, draft day.
Oh, great movie, you guys. Like one of my favorite movies.
Excellent movie.
It's so good. I love it so much.
It's older, but if you haven't seen it,
Yeah, you should watch it.
take a couple hours and watch it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
I love it.
It's great.
It's so crazy.
It's really, really great.
It is great. Let's watch it.
I have a movie suggestion for tonight.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, now I'm scared.
No,
Okay.
don't be scared. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, I know what it is. It's a great movie too.
What is it?
I'm not gonna say it. Oh, when we get to that point. Are you ready to talk about it now?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Are we going to talk about it?
I don't know. Are we? I'm gonna guess V for Vendetta.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I want to watch. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the movie?
I thought you meant you were gonna suggest it to them to watch.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Watch it.
So I thought maybe that's what you were gonna end the show with, or
Oh,
I wasn't sure.
No, it's a great movie. One of my
Okay.
all-time favorites.
Yeah, it is a great movie. I liked it before. Now it's just fucking mind-blowing.
Now that's actually real life.
I actually said this to, well, I think I told you that I told someone this. I feel like that we're living in a movie. Today it became very real to me. Like that was, you know, I cried when the convoy was going because I was so happy and I was so proud. Today, I'm just fucking scared, you know?
Can't have fear. You have no fear, they have no power.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not scared.
I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees.
Yeah.
Tell you that much.
I realize how important this is to win. You know, like that's what I'm scared of.
Okay,
we have to win this battle.
Let's go back to the convoy after our NBA.
Sorry. What was V for Vendetta? Watch the movie.
The convoy themselves, as the weeks have gone on, have just proceeded to win more and more and more and more. If they packed up shop and headed home tomorrow morning, they won.
Yeah, that's right.
They have revealed the true intention of a lot of things to the entire world.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's spread like wildfire.
And I don't know.
To the entire world. And it's made people question a lot of things that they probably wouldn't have.
No, you're absolutely right.
So they win.
They have won. Yeah.
It's over for a lot of governments, companies.
Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah.
The dam's going to break.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you're right.
We talked about it on Wednesday, and with all this information coming out about, you know, people that have 2 shots with hospitalization, and now they're saying you got to get tested for HIV. You know, all these things are coming out now. You think this protest was anything? It's nothing. It's going to be nothing. If what is coming out is true, you're going to have a lot of angry people. Very angry. So, they won.
Yeah, you're right.
The convoy has won. They got their point across. And they've exposed so much corruption along the way that it's mission accomplished.
And I don't know what I expected to happen. You know, I figured today was coming.
They didn't go there with the intent to overthrow the government.
No.
Right?
No, I know.
That was never the intent.
No. I just didn't know what, you know. I don't know where it goes from here, I guess. That's all. That's cold coffee. Today was just a real shitty day.
Yeah, it was a hard day. It really was.
But anyway, basketball.
Yeah, let's get back to it. So we are getting into the NBA All-Star Weekend, as we talked about a little bit at the top of the show. So I'm going to ask you for your MVP vote today. As of today, I'm going to go through the stats.
Okay. You're going to give
me
some
options? And you can make a somewhat educated decision.
Thank you.
Even though you don't know anybody's record, or you know which teams are good and you know which teams aren't very good.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Okay, so let's start out with our points per game. I'll give you my opinion too. Okay. Points per game. First, Joel Embiid with 29.6 points per game.
Okay.
Second, we got Giannis, 29.4. Third, we got LBJ, 29.1. Fourth, we have DeMar DeRozan, 28.1. And fifth, we got Trae Young, 27.8.
Wow.
Okay. So that rounds out our top 5.
Okay.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Let's move over to assists. First, we got CP3, 10.7 dimes a game. Second, we got Harden, 10.2. Harden will never win another MVP. Did he ever win one?
I don't know.
If he was very good. The best ability is availability, and he's never available. He's always hurt now.
Yeah.
Regardless. Third, DeJounte Murray, 9.3. I'm a big DeJounte guy. I always have been. And you know that.
Yeah.
Since he come into the league, I'm like, I like this guy. And he's really showing it this year. He's putting up triple doubles like a boss.
You know what's weird is normally you call people by their last name, like athletes.
Yeah.
Not him.
But there's lots of Murrays, you know?
Because when you said it, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
DeJounte?
And then you just said his first name, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that guy. That was weird. I didn't know his last name. And typically you call athletes by their last name.
Yeah, not this guy.
Whatever. Giannis, we don't either.
No.
It takes too long.
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo.
Do yourself a favor, and I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube compilation of announcers trying to say Giannis's last name. That's fucking hilarious. Search it up. You'll laugh your ass off. Fourth, Trae Young, again, 9.3. Fifth, we have Luka, 9.0. So Trae's on 2 of those.
Yeah, okay.
Let's move over to rebounds. First, we got Rudy Gobert, 14.8. Second, we have Jokic, 13.8. Third, we have Capella, 12.1. Clint Capella from the Hawks. Fourth, we have Domantas Sabonis, and even 12 rebounds per game. Fifth, we got Vucevic, 11.7 from the Bulls. All big men for rebounds, right? Blocks. Again, it's going to be all big men, but Miles Turner, 2.8 per game he's averaging. Second, we got Rudy, 2.3. Third, we got Robert Williams III from the Celtics. I like him. He's good. 2.2. Fourth, we got Jaren Jackson Jr. from Memphis, 2.2. And fifth, we have Mo Bamba from the Orlando Magic, 1.8.
All right.
Mohamed Bamba.
All right.
Yeah. Love the name.
Yeah, me too.
Sick.
What's the other guy's name that I just said? Like, whoa, that's a weird name.
I don't know.
You'd already left the table. We're talking about it at supper. I finally said to LeBron, I'm like, is that his real name? He's like, yeah.
Huh, I don't remember.
Ish?
Ish Smith?
Yeah.
That was last night.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
last
the
night.
Wizards were playing last night. Yeah.
Ish.
Okay, and steals, we have DeJounte, top of the board, 2.0. Second, Gary Trent Jr., 1.9. Third, CP3, 1.9. Fourth,
You didn't write anything?
I did, but I can't read. Oh, Marcus Smart, sorry. 1.8. And in fifth, we have Matthias Thybulle from the 76ers at 1.8. Now,
That didn't help me at all.
Knowing where a lot of those teams stand, who would you... I'm only going to make you pick one at this point. But I'm surprised Giannis is like on none of the defensive lists.
Yeah.
Because he really excels on both ends of the floor.
Well, and that's what I thought. Because then I thought, well, this is going to be an easy pick because he'll end up on another one
Right.
and I'm going to pick him.
No.
And then he didn't.
Wrong.
So I can't really pick him.
Wrong. So if you had to pick one right now, who would it be?
I'm going to say Trae Young. He's on 2.
He is good. So is DeJounte.
Yeah, he's on 2 big ones, though.
Oh, steals and assists don't mean anything?
Nah.
No. Points per game. That's what everybody likes, right?
What was his?
His points per game.
And what else?
Assists. That's
Oh,
it.
those are the 2 he was? That's...
Yeah,
Oh.
points and assists. Even though the
pretty good.
Hawks are under 500, you're going to put Trae as your MVP candidate?
Oh, yeah. You even said to me, you know what teams are good. I never thought of the team. I just thought of him.
Atlanta has had a very underwhelming season.
Yeah, you're right.
Coming off their season last year where, well, they knocked out Philly, right?
Isn't that shocking, though?
What?
That he's even on those 2 lists and they're bad?
Well, he puts the team, he scores like, well, 28
Obviously.
points a night, but over the past 2 weeks, he's been scoring like between 35 and 40 a game.
But even the assists.
Yeah, well, the
That's
team's
crazy.
trash. They have no
crazy.
depth. They're shitty.
Okay, who would you take? And then let me think about this.
A lot of surprises on this list for me, though. Like LBJ's assist total, not even top 5.
Right.
He's normally 1, 2, 3 in the league.
Yeah.
Rebounds, same thing. Luka only barely squeaking onto the
With
assist
assists,
list.
Yeah.
So I'd say she's wide open
Yeah.
at this point. But if I had to give it to someone today,
Yeah.
I'd give it to Joel Embiid.
Really?
I would. Because Philly, I believe, is sitting in 3rd in the East, in the ultra-competitive East.
Right.
It's very tight. And when... I think everyone forgets that the first half of the season was COVID ravaged.
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to play like FanDuel or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
You literally, well, up until the first tip off, if you couldn't swap out guys, but they finally did make
Give
it
you
so you
some-
could start switching guys out, right? But yeah, it made it extremely difficult
Yeah.
to try and set a lineup, right? Because guys could be ruled out 2 minutes to tip off.
Yeah.
Right? When Embiid was out, Philly was fucking atrocious. Embiid's been healthy this year. He's still averaging more points and minutes played in a game.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So at this point, it's very close between Giannis and Embiid for me. For me, between those two guys.
And for me, then I thought if I said Giannis, you're gonna be like, you're just taking him because you like him.
Giannis is
I love that
he's
guy.
top 3 in the league and he's not 3. So
Right.
he's only like 27 too. Like if he keeps going the way he's going,
Yeah.
like he could go down as one of the best to ever play.
Yeah.
Arguably.
I think so.
It's both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
He stayed healthy a lot of his career.
Yeah.
He's had no major knee injuries, nothing like that. He gets nicked up and sits out the odd back-to-back and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But who doesn't?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if Milwaukee's rolling into Orlando on the second
Yeah.
game of a back-to-back, it's like, Giannis, take the night off. Right?
Yeah.
So those are my 2 picks.
Okay, well I'm gonna take Giannis then.
Right now. And you know who's absent from all of these lists? John Morant.
Oh yeah. Really?
Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
He's not
What?
top 5 in anything in the league.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But Memphis is 3rd in the West, behind Golden State.
Weird.
But that just goes to show you the depth of their lineup,
Right.
right?
They have a full team.
And it's taken them a long time to get there.
Yeah. I don't mind them.
I like Memphis.
Me too.
I like Ja. I like the team. I like how they've gone about it. They didn't run out and sign a bunch of big free
Yeah.
agents. They, Desmond Bain. Who's the other guy I'm thinking of? Tillman. Like these guys are all they drafted.
Yeah.
Let them grow.
Yeah,
right.
I like them.
Yeah, they're in good shape. Like for the next couple of years, if they can stay healthy, right? But I mean, very few teams that are building run out and sign a big name, right? Because you're not close.
Right.
The only time you should be doing that is when you're close.
Right.
Right. To actually
We just need
compete.
that one more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That makes sense.
but Memphis is getting there.
Yeah, I like them.
So trade
I like them as a
deadline's March 21,
Oh.
isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, the NHL trade deadline. NBA trade deadline is gone. Yeah, it was February 10th, I believe.
Oh,
So
right.
It's coming.
Yeah,
on,
right. We knew that.
We had all those. We had quite a
Right.
flurry of activity, actually. It's just I was talking about the NHL trade deadline earlier with the Senators.
Yeah.
I got confused. But short show today, Lace. That's all I got.
All right.
You got anything else?
No.
And again, to my audio-only listeners, my apologies for all the videos, but yeah, if you want to watch them, you can always go on our YouTube channel. Yeah, go from there. So, on that note, I have nothing else.
Nope.
Nothing
I don't
at all.
either.
Yeah, okay. Well, that being said, everyone, what are you doing?
Well, I would like to be under it. You need to lift it so I could Vanna White
What,
it.
you want me to put it across our faces?
No, just up so my hand fits.
Oh, okay. Well, I can arrange that.
That was okay though.
There's our email, chainmoversmedia@gmail.com. Suggestions, concerns, comments. Concerns, call the, who do we call?
1-800 fuck off.
Canadian Broadcasting
Oh,
Standards
yeah.
Council.
Yeah, let them know.
Flood their phone lines.
They're quick to get back to you.
Yeah, they're quick to get back to me, too.
Can you please explain this more? No.
I don't know what she's talking about. But
That's
there's
all
our
I say.
email. Interested in advertising with the show? Let us know. We can cut an ad wherever. Doesn't matter. So
You choose.
I cut the ad. I cut my own commercial.
Yeah,
So
this is good.
well, I want better music quality, but I'm working on that.
You've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, because it sounds tinny.
Yeah.
Almost. I need to fix that. But regardless, your commercial won't sound like that. I promise.
Long weekend.
It'll sound much better. Yes. We'll be back Monday.
Yeah. Monday.
We are going to have a show on Monday?
Yeah. Well, it's family day.
What if we're not home?
We'll be home. Are you kidding me? Where are we going?
I'm leaving.
Oh. Oh, hey. Guess what? We were snowed in again this morning.
Fucking
Seriously.
Humdinger of a storm last night.
Yeah. No one left this morning. Waited.
You think I'd invest in some snow fence? Fuck it, just let her blow in.
We've been here a winter. We were here last winter too, though. It's not,
Which
and
was
it wasn't
it was
like
pretty
this.
mild. Yeah.
So
this has been lunacy.
Okay, so now we know we've learned our lesson that we don't want to be stuck in our house. Every second week. Well, every week.
It's every third day that one of these storms. That's not a joke.
No, it's stupid.
It's insanity.
And I'm starting to the school's gonna think I'm lying to them.
Oh man, I should have. I don't know how many of you have heard about that storm Eunice.
Oh,
I was
right.
telling you. So apparently we're naming storms now, like we name hurricanes.
Just regular storms.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't.
This one wasn't
No, it's not.
This
really
wasn't a regular storm. It was over in the UK, I believe. It was blowing steeples off of churches. Like someone had a video, and it was like you could see it was like going and. Yeah, it was nuts. Anyway, supposedly winds are hitting like 122 miles an hour. And the videos are hilarious.
does it look fake?
Yes. I would hate to
see
be in that storm because that sucks, right? Like it's probably
Yeah.
ripping roofs off of houses.
Oh
and
yeah, I'd imagine.
all kinds of shit, right? But so it'll be like you can see the guy videoing, and it's like someone like trying to run with the wind, and then the wind actually takes them down and like blows them like a fucking tumbleweed down the road. And while they're filming this, then some other guy comes running in. He's like trying to run with the wind, right? Because it's actually blowing people around on the street and taking them down. It's insane. Look it up.
That's
I should have put one of the videos on here tonight. It is hilarious. I don't want the storm. Yeah, I don't want the storm here, but it is. You'll die laughing. I promise. It's something else. Yeah, I don't know if they've never had a windstorm like this. 122 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty big deal. Like that's hurricane type winds.
Yeah,
right?
that's nuts. That's probably why they named it.
But so far inland like that.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. But
That's crazy.
I mean, what isn't fucking bizarre these days? So
Yeah, our wind was bizarre last night. What was ours, 40?
I think it was 45 clicks.
Yeah.
50.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was probably 50 or 60 clicks. So
Yeah.
30 miles an hour. So times that by 4.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, and we couldn't leave. Can you imagine our snow drifts?
It'd be insanity. Okay,
Anyway.
that's enough, Lacey.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, long weekend if you have one. Not
Yeah,
everybody
not
does.
everybody does, I guess.
But we do out west. So on that note, we're out.